so hot. I'm the one finding it hot. Please walk slowly. I can't move quicker under the sun. Oh, okay. Aren't you afraid of the sun? Legend has it that vampires fear the sun. You sure do hope that I fear the sun. She glances at me listlessly. No. I'm just curious. The two of us. No, a human and a vampire wandering in the city with the sun shining brightly on us. The black-colored roads have a pungent smell, and the stuff which resembles water vapor wafting out of the top is giving me that illusory feeling inadvertently. I'm so thirsty. You can still talk so much even when you're thirsty. I'm just changing the subject. By the way, eating for you is akin to drinking water. How nice. Are you envious? The food all of you eat will be tasteless at the price for that. That's true, what a shame. My fried tomatoes with chili and tea leaves is one of a kind. Pity you won't be able to try it. Are you sure that is for eating, not for feeding pigs? What? As the only people of the established master chef cook, how can I allow a vampire girl with no sense of taste to say my own special dish isn't edible? You're ignorant then. For tea leaves, chili and tomatoes, you only need to pick any one of them, and anyone will certainly find it a plate for delight. You don't think so? Have you ever tasted it yourself? Isn't that obvious? Can anyone call themselves a chef if they don't even taste their own cooking? You're a chef. Can you cook anything with blood? What are you saying? That plaything you call blood is monster's food. How could humans like us prepare dishes out of blood? What if a cute monster asks you to cook something that contains blood, or else she will tear your head off? I'm wrong. I'll definitely learn to cook a dish with human blood when I'm free. Forget it. I'm not looking forward to such a dish either. You have so little faith in me. Yes, that's enough. I'm losing my patience because talking to you is such a waste of energy. My mouth is also getting dry. In fact, my mouth can't squeeze out a drop of saliva by now. Yet you are still talking so much. Even if I shut up, that won't relieve my thirst. We might as well get to know each other better by talking more. Did you learn this kind of logic from gorillas? Logic? What is logic? Shut up. Yella looks away and doesn't want to talk to me anymore. We didn't see a single well as we wandered around. I really wonder, how do the people here get their water? I'm dying of thirst and I can't take it anymore. I extend my tongue in an attempt to catch some of the water vapor in the air. It's so dirty, shut that stinking mouth of yours. But Yella stops me in no time. Do you remember the taste of plums? Plums? What's going on? How come I'm drooling now? According to legend, there was a general from the east in ancient times. The soldiers under him had exhausted all of their water supplies. They were as dry as a bone. The general lied to his men that there was a plum forest ahead. Upon hearing it, his men began to drool and their thirst was alleviated. I just looked at your actions and thought of the story. I see. You've even traveled to the east before. I heard that place has gold everywhere and everyone is so rich they have cotton tied to the trees there. I haven't been there before. I only know about that place from books, and I've heard that story which you just told me. It sounds so far-fetched, it's quite likely to be false. It is false. Why, are you still thinking of going there? If that part of the world really has a lot of gold, it goes without saying that anyone will probably desire to go to such a place. Don't you want to go there? Yella shrugs without giving her answer. Water, so the water people drink nowadays are in there. Someone is holding a transparent bottle with the words distilled water written on it, and that person is coming out of a shop with the signboard convenience store. They put their things in there. The convenience store has a clean glass panel for its outer wall, so we can see the interior easily, which has an assortment of food on display on the shelves inside. There's so much food inside. Those are small pastries and those are bread. They're so well made. Hey, that deep red liquid should be blood, right? Blood? Look over there. Yella points to a row of bottles at one part of the shelves. Each bottle is crimson in color and really looks as if it contains blood. They can't be selling blood. Don't tell me people nowadays do business with vampires. Right, it's a great era. Come on, let's go in and take them. Calm down, we're down and out. I don't think the shops in this era have progressed to such a point where they will give us anything for free. Then we will rob them directly. Rob? Don't. Let's see how things go first. Just so happens that a woman carrying a bunch of stuff has approached the store counter and the clerk seems to be operating something there. She then hands some colourful sheets of paper to him before stepping out of the store with her items. Did you see that? She used those colourful sheets of paper to exchange for the goods before coming out. That means the money in this era has become paper? We have been staring at that woman. The minute her eyes meet ours, she looks away in fear, and she leaves hurriedly while holding her stuff tightly in her arms. Ooh, I get it. That means I can rebuild my palace when I get those pieces of paper, right? I'm good at getting money. Leave it to me. Yella adjusts her sleeve in preparation for making entry into the shop after saying it. Wait, it doesn't work that way. My instincts are telling me that if I allow her to enter, an accident is just waiting to happen. Tss. As I extend my hand to block her entry, I suddenly hear a noise that sounds as if something is sliding down. Are you alright? Then I use my outstretched arm to prevent Yella from falling down. I'm okay, I just lost my footing. Ugh, how come this doorway has a step? Yes, why would you launch an attack without even looking at the terrain first? I suddenly got dazed and I didn't notice it. Dazzled? Why didn't you say so earlier? How are you going to get money if you're dazzled at this time too? Don't tell me she's actually just a weak vampire girl and everything she said about riches and whatnot was only an empty posturing. I'm really starting to regret being her partner in crime. You're noisy. I wouldn't be in this state if not for you. If not for me? Never mind. It's okay. Just follow me as my thrall and stay out of my way. She adjusts her back as if she's going to assume another new posture. You need to explain yourself clearly. What do you mean if not for me? You're so annoying. I'm not blaming you for anything. I still hadn't fully regained my abilities when I woke up, okay? She brushes my hand away while saying it and continues to head towards the store. Wait a minute. I quickly grab her before she can get into trouble and use up a lot of my energy to get her to change course. Bang! Yella bumps her head on the glass door and the sound of that impact rings out. Oh, are you trying to kill me, incompetent servant? She's glaring and roaring at me while rubbing her head. Sorry, it wasn't on purpose. Are you alright? Maybe we were too loud and alarmed the store clerk. She has rushed over to check on us. We're okay. By the way, may we have a bottle of that blood you have inside? I have a friend who needs it. I'll pay you a bit later. Although I'm not hopeful, I still think it's worth a shot. Bottle of blood? Why would our shop have such an item? That isn't one? I point to the row of red bottles and the store clerk looks back in puzzlement to see which item I'm indicating. Of course not. Where do you put the items you sell to vampires then? Upon hearing Yella's words, the store assistant looks us both up and down. Are you high on drugs? Don't come to a convenience store. Go to a blood bank if you want those. Run along now, I have work to do. Blood bank? The store clerk waves his arms to dismiss us as he turns around and returns to the counter. This fellow, I'm definitely going to... Ooh! Yella bares her fangs and is halfway through her rant before she clutches her head in pain and kneels down. You seem very weak. Are you okay? You're noisy. Even if I'm weak, I'm still stronger than you. Okay, stop forcing yourself. Let's rest there a bit first. I'll think of a way. She doesn't seem to be in good shape. Vampires are afraid of the sun after all. I quickly help her to a shady spot under a roadside tree and we sit there. Are you feeling a little better? Curses, I would have smashed this lousy shop much earlier if it were here in the past. Just rest here a while. Yella stares at me and then closes her eyes. I really hate the sun. So many people would adore its rays wherever it goes. Of course, the sun is the mother of light and the shield against the forces of darkness. Damn this. Go to hell, mother of light. Simmer down, you might get struck by lightning. I used to hear those tales describing how vampires would crumble to ash if they exposed themselves to the sun. In contrast, Yella just looks a bit weak, and I can say the mother of light is already quite merciful. Damn thrall, where is your plan? Given her current condition, she will certainly need to recover her stamina. It goes without saying that I'm not exactly in a better state either as I rub my empty stomach. Easy there, let me think. All in all, the most important thing is money. With money, we can get blood from the blood bank, bread from the convenience store, and we can live. How are we going to get money safely? I'm a cook and I might be able to work at a restaurant to earn some money. I can surely find one that will hire me because the city is so big and I'm quite confident in my culinary skills. Problem is, it would be too slow to earn money this way. By the time I get my salary, Yella may have starved to death. But I have no other skills except on how to cook. Find work as a mason or as a labourer? I would need to toil for at least a day before I could get any wages of this kind of work. Is there a faster way? As I think hard about my options, I notice a male passerby is placing money into a cup on the roadside, and a wrinkled old man is seated behind the cup. They can still do this? As I stare in astonishment, another woman comes over from the other direction, passes that cup, and tosses a few coins inside. Do the beggars nowadays have such low standards? They only need to display a cup and they'll get money in no time? What did you say? It seems she has recovered a bit and reopened her eyes, but she's still a little groggy. I have an idea. You should rest here first. I'll be back shortly. Where are you going? Earn money. What? How are you going to do that? Don't worry, you will see it shortly. I get up and look around. Hold on, don't go too far. You'll be dead if you're too far away. Yella grabs one corner of my shirt. I know I'll become a skeleton, right? I won't go far. I see a metallic drum nearby, and it's filled with all kinds of junk. It should be a garbage bin. I'm going there and won't die, right? Go ahead. I head towards the garbage bin, rummage through it, and find an empty metallic container that resembles the cup in no time. I can barely make out the words. Tinned synthetic fish. Look. I smugly bring the tin back. Yella just glances at the thing in my hands before closing her eyes again. She looks weaker than before. Don't tell me she's close to death and appeared euphoric just now. Will I turn into a skeleton instantly if she dies? This isn't good. I quickly place the tin in front of me and copy that old man by creasing my forehead and sitting backwards at an angle. What are you doing? I seem to have disturbed Yella, and she forces her eyes open to look at me. Don't worry, just rest for now. We'll have money in no time. I gesture at the tin in front of me, then point to the cup before the old man nearby. How will it help? As her voice trails off, a passer-by tosses 2 silver coins into my tin. Thank you, thank you. I quickly beam and express my gratitude. That person smiles at me before walking off. Look, How is that possible? This world has changed? Right, you can rest without any worries. By the time you wake up, we'll have money. Alright, I'm going to take a nap. Yella relaxes, closes her eyes, and is snoring in no time. I wonder if vampires see black mountain goats in their dreams. Thank you. Another person throws money into my tin shortly afterwards. Looks like earning money this way is even faster than I thought. Is there a need to work at all then? I might become rich simply by lying down here. Just when I'm rejoicing at my luck, that old man sitting under the shade earlier suddenly comes over menacingly. Hey, youngster, you're in my territory. Scram. How did it become your territory? I didn't take your spot. You can ask around. I've been begging here for 20 years. Every person around this place knows me. 20 years? No. Aren't you a rich man then? Why do you still need to waste your time here? Bastard, see for yourself. The old man rolls up his pants. One half of a leg is missing inside, with a wooden stick supporting it. This. I swallow my saliva. I'm at a loss for words. Do you get it now, youngster? I'd risked my life through countless bullets and bayonets for this country, and you weren't even born yet. I'm really sorry. I'm a newcomer, and I don't know all these. I'm really short of money, though. Could you let me stay here for the afternoon? I don't want to make things difficult for you either, young man, but I'll go hungry for tonight if you stay here for an afternoon. We'll starve to death if we don't have money. She's already passed out from hunger. I point to Yella sleeping at one side. You seem like an able-bodied young man. If you really need money urgently, I can tell you a way. How about it? Yes, what is it? Go in this direction. Turn right at the crossroads until you reach the end of the street. You will see a private blood bank. You can simply sell a small amount of your blood there, and I guarantee it will pay better than staying here for an afternoon. Sell my blood? I'm old, and they don't want my blood. I've sold some when I was younger. Is selling blood very profitable? They sell this to whom? Vampires. Places that do business with vampires really exist? Of course it is profitable. As to their clientele, I'm not too sure. I heard the good quality blood from young people would be transfused into the rich and powerful, allowing them to stay young and live longer. Anyway, these are shady dealings. Who knows what they do with it? They could actually do this sort of thing? What an act by the devil. Why are you asking so much? Okay, hurry up and go. I've already wasted a lot of my time with you. Run along now. The old man kicks my tin can impatiently. Yes, I'm going. Since there's a faster way to earn money, why am I so unhappy over it? I pocket the coins in the tin can and carefully carry Yellow, who is still sound asleep, on my back. What's going on? Yellow opens her eyes slightly and murmurs into my ears. Nothing. You're so light. Why, of course. Where are we going? To the blood bank. It's not far. Blood bank? You have money to buy blood? Upon hearing the words blood bank, Yellow suddenly becomes alert. Not yet, but once I sell my blood there, we'll have money to buy blood and bread. Sell your blood? You? Right, we can earn money more quickly than earlier. Just hold on a bit longer and we'll have enough to buy something to eat. Are you an idiot? If you sell your blood and spend the money to buy it back, then I might as well just suck your blood directly. Didn't you say my blood has your scent? Sucking my blood is akin to sucking your own blood, isn't that so? It doesn't matter if I don't eat. I'll be fine when the sun goes down later. You just need to earn enough money to get food for yourself. Are you worried that I could sell too much of my blood and die from it? I'm definitely not worried about you. I'm just concerned that you're too stupid and may die from your own stupidity. Yellow's tone in her voice suddenly becomes frantic. Fine, I get it. Missy, just relax a bit. Don't get too carried away and die a sudden death. I'm not an idiot like you. But you are really a vampire of principle. I would certainly find any person at random and suck his or her blood to fill my stomach, if I were a very hungry vampire. I was crazed with hunger and even had eaten the bones meant for a rich man's dog when I was a child at one time. Needless to say, I got beaten by them. That's so stupid. In what way are such people any different from wild beasts if they can't even adhere to their own principles? When people are crazy with hunger, they are wild beasts. Yella didn't say anything further while on my back. By the way, you really can't eat anything at all? Yeah, I've tried many kinds of food by humans, but they all tasted like candle wax. Even if I forced myself to eat them, they wouldn't satiate my hunger at all, so I gave up. Yella's words sound a bit sad. A vampire living among humans will probably be so lonely. Speaking of tasty food, jalapeno peppers are very spicy. They are so hot, it feels as if needles are prickling your tongue. These peppers are cut into small pieces and you put them in a wrap. They can enhance the flavor and it will keep anyone warm for an entire day when eaten for breakfast. Even if you tell me, I can't taste it at all. Although your tongue can't taste it, you can use your imagination and taste them with your brains. What kind of nonsense is that? Yella titters and continues to listen to me. Most people will also have a bit of milk wine to go along with it. The wine has a bittersweet flavor. It tastes a bit sweet when it reaches the tongue and will turn bitter as it goes further inside a person's mouth before imparting that sweet and milky flavor again once it goes down the throat. I carry Yella on my back and tell her about the various foods that I know. I don't know why I'm doing it. Perhaps it may relieve her loneliness. Thus, the two of us are going along the pavement under the shade provided by the roadside trees in the city. The blood bank is further than I expected. By the time we arrive there, the sun has already gone below the mountains in the west, producing an orange glow in the sky. Are you feeling better? I allow Yella to get off my back and look at the place. Asks Art Pharmaceuticals blood bank. There's quite a crowd too. People are entering and leaving the blood bank through a small entrance from time to time, and most of them are young folks. This place is the work of the devil that old man mentioned. Although it looks rather clean, I'm still on tenterhooks. If the people inside find out that I'm a clueless person from ancient times and take advantage of the fact to collect my blood, what am I going to do? Just like those thugs from yesterday who tried to sell my kidneys. What's the matter? Yella seems to have noticed my apprehension and is asking me while tilting her head in confusion. How much have you recovered by now? I'm still okay. Why? You used your powers to rescue me yesterday. Do you have it? What do you want to say? What's wrong? Well, can you save me if I get into trouble? Why are you asking this? I'm just worried if the people inside have unsavory motives like those thugs, I won't be able to escape by myself. Yella lapses into silence and thinks for a while after hearing my explanation. Since you're afraid, don't go in there. We'll think of another way. Oh. I scratch my head. It is difficult to go on without anything to eat or drink for an entire day, but I think Yella isn't any better off. I should still go in. Huh? Aren't you a noisy one? What if they mean nosy and they wrote it noisy? Huh, aren't you a nosy one? A noisy one. Why are you behaving like a dog jumping back and forth? I've sorted it out. At most we'll die together. After all, we're also dead if we die of starvation. Huh, that's really stupid. Let's go. Yella strides towards the blood bank's door while saying it. Okay, let's go. I take a deep breath and follow her. This time Yella pushes the glass door open without bumping into it. We enter the place and look around when we arrive at the reception counter. A woman in a blue uniform nods upon seeing us and approaches us with a smile. Welcome, my name is Lena and I'm a nurse at the Essex Art Pharmaceuticals Blood Bank. How may I help you? For me, I'd like to sell my blood. The nurse smiles upon hearing my request. You'd like to donate blood and receive compensation for it? Compensation? Donate blood? The nurse's words are confusing, but I scratch my head in puzzlement. In other words, you'd like to donate blood and obtain payment in return for it, am I right? Yes, that's right. Okay, is this young lady donating her blood as well? She writes something on a book and turns to ask Yella at one side. Me? No, she's not donating her blood. The nurse sizes me up, then looks at Yella before smiling broadly. All right, here's the form. Please fill in your personal particulars at this section, and I will call you to draw your blood shortly. She gives me a pen and a paper, then points to an area on the right. That place has a lot of chairs for resting. Oh, okay. Hold on, sir? The nurse suddenly calls us to stop when we're just about to head there. Could you tell me your blood type, please? Blood type? What is blood type? I shake my head. Very well, I'll arrange a blood test then. Oh. I nod and walk towards the indicated area. Will the people here find it suspicious if I'm so ignorant of things? I take a seat while shaking my head. Yella also sits down. Not really, that nurse was quite friendly and patiently explained everything to you with a smile when you looked confused. Is that so? By the way, do you know what blood type is? As far as I know, blood has 4 types. Oh, you know? Why, of course. Her lips curve upwards as she explains smugly. They are grouped into sweet ones, sour ones, the savory ones, and the extra savory ones. Really? How come? I have this impression that you're pulling my leg. Would this lady here ever lie to you? How dare you doubt me? Based upon what you said, how are they going to determine the type of blood? Don't tell me they're going to lick it. I begin to imagine the nurse breaking my skin with her fingernails and then using the tip of her tongue on me. Well, it seems very good when I think about it. Tisk tisk, what sort of a vulgar expression is that? What are you thinking? No, nothing. I quickly stop my fantasies, look down and begin to fill in the form. Tss. What is that sound? Yella is making a strange sound all of a sudden, so I look up. Wait, you're drooling. Wipe it off, quick. Tss. She wipes the edges of her lips, but saliva is still flowing out. What is that? I follow her gaze to see 2 nurses in similar blue attire walking to each other, and the trolley next to them has about around a dozen packets of blood red liquid. That is heaven. No wonder Yella is salivating like me when she was thinking about plums earlier. Calm down. Those blood packs are this place's property now. It will create a lot of trouble if you simply take them to drink. I quickly extend my hands to restrain Yella while she's getting up, and then look at her and shake my head. She looks at the blood packs before she sighs and sits down again. Get down to business. Where's your form? Hurry up and fill it. I wanted to fill it all along until you interrupted me. If you dare to say anything else, I'm going to seal your mouth. Yes. How do I use this pen? I can't find any ink around here either. I slide the pen across the paper a few times. Nothing is appearing on the form except for a few pressure marks. I look around, yet I can't find an inkwell. Let me see. Yella grabs the pen, tinkers with the thing, and even slides it across the form in my hands, but still can't write anything with it. Excuse me, is the form complete? The nurse from earlier has come over to ask for my form. I'm terribly sorry, I don't know how to use this pen. Ooh, it's normally used like this. Give me. The nurse takes my pen, presses down the writing instrument's tail end, and returns it to me. Thank you, I'll fill the form shortly. All right, I'll return a bit later. The nurse smiles at me again before going off. This thing is so amazing. I move the pen across the blank part of the form a few times, and blue streaks appear on the paper at once. This is even better than the quill pens I used previously because it doesn't need an inkwell. Quit drooling, just fill in the form. Right away. How difficult. This time I can finally write something, but I realize the form has words that are totally incomprehensible. Yes, no, what do all these mean? Are you having your menstrual period? Are you pregnant? Have you had a miscarriage in the past year? Oh, what do they mean? Pregnant? I probably won't. Are you stupid? This section is applicable to women. Are you a woman? I see. I don't know a lot of words. How bothersome. Give it to me. Yella snatches the pen and paper from me and starts to scribble on it. From her handwriting, she should be quite well educated. Don't tell me this vampiress truly is a rich girl from a noble family. Done. Take it. Yella smacks my face with the form after filling it. Oh, thank you. Hello, please hand me the form if you're done and follow me. That nurse happens to come here again. Okay. I quickly give her the form and go with her to her room. I'll need to take a sample of your blood first. She places a few clear transparent tubes and bottles on a table as she walks me through the process. Please roll up your sleeve and show me your arm. Arm, the left one or right? Either will do. I rest my right arm on the table and then she ties my arm with a brown colored band, taps the surrounding part a few times, and a dark colored vein bulges. Will this hurt? I'm beginning to feel nervous after seeing my own vein. It will just hurt a bit when I poke it into you. Don't relax. Next, she uses a cotton wool to apply a rather cooling liquid onto my skin. She then retrieves a tube from a transparent bag. One end of the tube has a long, sharp metallic needle. I won't die from this, right? I shiver involuntarily when I see that needle and tube. You're a joker. It will just take a second. Don't worry. I'm so nervous my muscles have become tense, and I can't bring myself to observe the nurse in her work, so I have no choice but to look elsewhere. Where's Yella? This girl didn't follow me. I thought she promised to protect me. Damn, I actually believe this tricky vampire girl. So much for whatever pact. Ow! I'm still anxiously looking around for Yella when I suddenly feel something hard pierce my skin. I turn there in reflex and see my crimson red blood flow across the tube from the back of the needle into a round, long-necked clear glass tube. My vision is getting blurry. Is my life being drawn away from me? Is this the end for me? I still haven't married anyone and opened my own restaurant. It's done. Use this to press on it and the bleeding will stop in no time. The nurse's sweet tone in her voice snaps me out of my daydream. She pulls the needle out my arm and gives me a piece of cotton wool to press into my wound. Done? I didn't die? Yes, rest here for a while. The results will be out shortly. The nurse takes out the glass tube with my blood and leaves the room. My God, that needle was so sharp. And you just grunted. I thought you would get such a fright and scream for your mummy and daddy. Not long after the nurse left, Yella emerges from God knows where and studies my arm intently. I'll just take it that you're consoling me. Where did you go just now? I went to see where they moved the blood. Moved the blood? What are you thinking? I won't allow you to get poked by a needle for nothing. I will have to list twice the amount of blood you gave to them. Yella licks her lips as she looks as if she's been hungry for 300 years and is about to attend a banquet at a French restaurant. No. Missy, spare a thought for me. Even if you want to do something shocking, please wait until I'm done here. I don't want anything to go wrong and end up with people drawing my blood until I'm dead. Fine, I'm not as stupid as you. I still have this amount of common sense. Then she swallows her saliva. Of course, I will wait until nightfall. Shh, the nurse is coming. The nurse enters the room when Yella is about to describe her nefarious plan, and I hurriedly indicate for her to be quiet. The results are out. The nurse smiles at Yella, then hands me a paper with many numbers on it. What is this? I'm very sorry. Your blood count is insufficient, and you are not allowed to donate any blood. I can't? I really got pricked by a needle for nothing, and even lost a tube of blood. Here's a couple of food vouchers. You can use them at the kiosk in the foyer to get food and water for free. The nurse retrieves 2 small tickets from her pocket. Really? That's great. I glance at Yella. She's also looking at me and is licking her lips again. By the way, what's the matter? Do you have any other questions? I hesitate for a moment, but decide to inquire for Yella nevertheless. Could you tell me if I can exchange a piece of bread for a pack of blood, or where I can redeem a blood pack? The nurse frowns and has a puzzled expression on her face. You're not doing a blood transfusion. Why would you need a pack of blood? I'm just curious and thought of asking. The blood we have here only provided to hospitals or permitted research organizations. They are not available to the public because blood will need specialized facilities to store and transport them. Otherwise they will spoil and lose their effectiveness. Oh, I see. Got it. Thank you. I nod in disappointment. You're welcome. I'm going back to my work then. You may go if you feel you've rested enough. The nurse smiles and nods at us in response. Then she packs up the instruments and goes away, leaving Yella and I alone in the room once more. What should we do now? It seems we can't get blood the normal way. You should go and redeem your bread first. What about you then? Maybe I'm famished. My stomach growled upon hearing the word bread. Sort out your problem first. She giggles and glances at my stomach. You won't slow me down when you haven't eaten. Okay, I don't have any other options for now. Fine, I'm going to exchange for something to eat then. Go ahead. Yella waves her hand, sits on the chair and closes her eyes in meditation. Seems she's saving her energy for our next step. I'll return shortly. I clutch the 2 food vouchers in my hand as I head in the direction the nurse gave to us.